Welcome to Sideways, everybody. We got a great guest today. It is Club MX Yamaha rider Cody Schock. Cody, thanks for joining us. I want to start off by just giving a quick shout to our sponsors here: Rockwell Sunglasses, Toyota Redlands, Arc Levers, Pro Circuit, Rockform, and Nihilo Concepts. Stoked that those guys support this show and bring us great guests like yourself. So thanks for taking the time, man. I know you guys are busy here ramping up for the playoffs.
Yeah, it's been pretty wide open, but kind of used to it by now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is you're into the grind a few years now. So
Uh-huh.
let's recap your season real quick. 250 West this year ended up sixth overall. But to me, watching, man, it was a breakout season for you. You had a second place in Texas,
Yep.
which was awesome. That had to feel really good. You had a couple fifth places, three sixth places, and you were sixth overall. Then you made a switch to the 450 for outdoors, which I want to talk to you about. And it was, man, it went great. There was a couple of things like moments. I remember at Millville coming down the hill one time, you got a little bit loose, but dude, you just stayed in it.
Uh-huh.
You can really ride the 450 well. I think that was a good move for you. You ended up 11th overall with a ninth at High Point. Lots of 11ths. I think that was kind of like your sweet spot.
Yeah, dude, it's so frustrating.
So you were 21st and 24th overall in SMX points going into the playoffs, if I have that right,
Yeah.
which sucks a little bit because you want to be in that top 20. So the
Mm-hmm.
switch from the 250 to the 450 kind of hosed you there. But talk a little bit about kind of your season. Give me a recap on it.
Uh, I mean, I'm happy with my season. You gotta accept the growth, regardless. Obviously, every rider, every person in life always thinks, "Oh, I should have done this, should have done that, wish I could have done this." So I try not to live in that world. I just try to, keep it realistic. But yeah, the Supercross season went really well. Um, but yeah, I got the podium. That was definitely something I was striving for. Uh, Honestly, all last year in 24, I wanted to get a podium, but I just kind of was that consistent guy that I ended up getting third overall in the East Coast Championship, without landing ever on the podium. But this year, I definitely had better flashes of speed. Like leading in the A1 for press day, I just like felt like me, like at club, just any other day on the track. Um, and then A1 went well. I think I got like fifth or sixth that night, whatever. But I led laps this season. I got whole shots, uh, two heat race wins, which is huge for me, and then a podium. The consistency in the Triple Crown format is crazy in itself. Um, and then outdoors, yeah, whole shots, led laps. Well, a lap, I guess technically. I almost got two. I
You
almost
led
got
lap.
two. I
Yeah.
led a lap. Um, and yeah, I had really good rides for myself. I wish I recapping my whole year. Happy with my rides. Just need to be more consistent, up there with those guys, just to get to that next level. You're always looking for tenths here and there, and it's easy to get caught up in the nonsense, that this sport industry will throw at you, and just got to really lock down and focus on myself and accept my little wins and not be so hard on myself and remind myself to keep it fun. That's why we started it, and I am a firm believer on that. So, um, even going into these playoffs, it's stressful. I I don't want to be in these LCQs, but you know what? It's part of it. Everything happens for a reason. So for me, SMX playoffs, LCQs on the 450, I'm treating it as extra track time. Um, People could say, oh, like it's a risk, blah blah. Yeah, but it's extra track time for me to get used to the 450 on a Supercross ish format, right? But I feel like it's gonna, better my career, and yeah, racers race. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you got to go in with an open mind and a positive attitude. Talk about that switch to the 450 outdoors because I think if you had stayed in 250s, or you rode 450 all year, you'd have been in the top 20. Just,
Yeah.
I mean, you're damn near there splitting the season. So
Yeah.
it does make it a little tough on yourself. But man, I feel like you showed a lot of, you opened a lot of people's eyes. I was really impressed. I was like, damn, Cody can ride that 450. Like,
I
cool.
appreciate it.
It's
I
cool to, when a guy steps up and goes, no, I want to see what I can do. And you did well.
Yeah, my career is definitely a different has a little bit of a different path compared to the general coming up. Like kids come up, they go through the futures, they get their license, they race supercross, outdoors, all on 250s, and then they try to, progress up. Where for me, I wasn't on a supercross track until I was 21.
Mm.
Like I was a late starter. I'm a late bloomer. It's all good. Um, with me going to public school from kindergarten to 12th grade in high school, and then I did my 2 years of community college for my CAD degree. Um, yeah, following the whole Supercross thing was kind of like impossible, right? And I'd never lived at a training facility, so I was just a weekend warrior, and I was with my mom and dad. So when I first went pro, it was like, yeah, we did the 250 class, but we couldn't afford to keep a 250 going, and those bikes are not slow. Like if you want to be competitive in the 250 class, you need to fork out a good amount of money,
Oh, yeah.
and we couldn't do that. So we just went to the 450 class early and pretty much showed up with some suspension, stock engine, and we were competitive, right? And I've been on a 450 more than I've been on a 250.
Mm.
So I feel like that's where, for me, I kind of naturally just adapt to riding outdoors on a 450 better than 250s. I did do 250s last year. I had some good rides for myself. Never got a top 10. That's okay. Um, but for me, I just feel like I belong on a 450 for outdoors. Just kind of like my riding style, and I don't know. It just works. So I was really happy. I was given the opportunity by club to do that. As was, obviously we're a 250 powerhouse, but they let me kind of go my own direction just with doing the 450 outdoors, and I'm grateful for that for sure.
Yeah, I think it was a really good step for you, and opened a lot of eyes, at least mine for sure.
Yeah.
Um, Club seems like a really good fit for you. It seems like you talked about kind of just putting blinders on and staying in your world there,
Hmm.
but keeping it fun. And I feel like Club does a really good job of that. It's all business, 9 to 5 or whatever the hours are, but you guys also manage to, have some fun.
Yeah. Uh, we honestly have such a great group of guys at club. From the just from like we'll start with the staff, right? Like the owner, Brandon Haas, super open minded. He doesn't, when you mention something to him, he doesn't just immediately say no. He thinks about it, and you know, he's just open minded to just hearing you out, and then make a decision. It's not immediate no. So I really do appreciate that. Um, and then having Greg as team manager, and then you have, I mean, there's so many people at club. It's incredible what they have grown into today.
Yeah.
Because if you ask Brandon and Greg, they didn't think that this would happen back in, I think they started in like 2017, 2018, something like that. But having Greg, Mike B, now Daniel Blair, um, and we have like, I'm gonna call them special guests, but they're on the property pretty often. Justin Brayton and now Chad Reed. Um, it's cool. It's so cool. And then with all our mechanics, Mohead, BMC, my mechanic Dakota, like everyone works very well with one another. And if there's an issue, they speak about it and they settle it and they move on.
Yeah.
I
You mean they handle it like men?
Oh, they handle it like men. And what's crazy is that's not how things are done nowadays.
Yeah.
Um,
You got to
So,
get online and get a little Twitter beef going,
oh
and then
yeah,
that spins into.
you gotta post it up there. Then yeah, but no, they're very open minded. They like to have fun, but there's a time and place for it. And when I first went to club, I had to do a lot of learning. And when I say learning, I mean I would say if I didn't really like something on the bike, I really wouldn't complain. I was like, this is the bike. And Brandon would look at me, he's like, dude, you need to tell us you don't like something because we will change it. I'm like, oh shoot, like they're actually willing to change things. And they're like, if you feel anything wrong with the engine, pull off. We'll do an engine swap. No hesitation. And I'm like, well, what if there's something like actually not wrong? And they're like, for your well being and our well being, like mentally, we need to both be mentally clear when you're out on the track. I'm like, that's very true. So I had a bit of a learning curve on just being allowed, right? Being allowed to be picky, telling them what I need, and not feeling bad about it. Um,
That's tough coming from a privateer role where
it
it's
is.
coming out of your wallet every time you do something like that.
It
You
is.
kind of just, all right, I'm just gonna ride it, you know.
Yeah. And that's how I did it. But now I feel like I've clubs definitely helped me communicate more, and I specifically have worked closely with my mechanic Dakota and our suspension tech Ty, and Ty's from Australia, so that's we always banter back, and I love saying the word mate to him now. It's just funny, and but Ty's a really knowledgeable man from Australia, and super grateful for him and his knowledge for a suspension because we don't have access to any of the factory component parts, right? So Ty is just doing what he can with what he has, and the dude's a wizard. And feel like he's gotten our bikes really, really good this season. And just like I said, communication's been key. And if it's anything that club stands for, it's communication. There's no gray area, open, honest, upfront, yes, no, not. There's no maybe. It's either yes, no, and there's a reason for it. And I really appreciate that. But
Yeah.
yeah, the group of guys is awesome, super hardworking. The hours that Cam puts in the engine room with dynoing and building our engines. I mean, you got to think at one point during the season we had 4 or 5 guys on 250s and then me on the 450. So there's a lot of engines
A
going
lot of
in
work.
and out each weekend. And our truck driver Ants is one of the most genuine dudes you'll ever meet, and he always has a smile on his face, and his saying is, it's better than working in concrete. And I'm like, you know what? I like your mentality because he's been down that road of just grinding in the sun, hating his job. And yeah, you're grinding in the sun and it's pretty gnarly doing outdoors, right? Tear up building and tear down all that. But he's like, I love dirt bikes. I don't care. I love dirt bikes. I'll do anything that it takes. So
Yeah.
everyone at club is pretty like minded, and it's cool. It makes going to work much more enjoyable, and everyone has a very similar drive, and we all want to move forward, and we want to win races at some point. That'll be huge for club.
Well,
We've
that
got
seems to be that's the next step for you, Cody, is
yeah.
winning. You know, you got a second, I think 250 Supercross win. If you're looking at a ladder of progression, that's it for you. What does it take, man? What things do you need to dial in here this off season to make that happen?
Uh, it's the biggest thing I could that stands out for me is the discipline to accept that I'm doing well, but not get too excited. And and I'll clarify that. So I'll be having a moto. Let's just say I run like a 54, right? And that's a really good lap time for me. I get excited. I'm like, ooh, I'm doing well. And then it'll turn into a 55.5. It's because I try to put in that little extra effort, but I end up going backwards. Where I just need to accept I'm doing well and maybe just putting a little bit more emphasis on the little areas to get it down to a 53.8, you know, like just like not get too excited, because if you just put in more effort, that's not always going to go forward. And I'm trying to work on just the mental side of like, okay, I'm doing it right, be calm, but keep moving forward. Um, Obviously, in the past, it's always been, hey, give it more gas. Well,
Yeah.
that's not the answer nowadays. There's a lot of little things that go into it. So I need to work on that and just build my consistency, like I said earlier, and um, that's definitely part of it.
You raced this year, and I don't remember the rounds. I didn't go back and look, but with a broken collarbone, tight
Yeah,
weighted, right?
yeah.
And you came out and raced. And dude, I don't know how many days you were out of surgery. You can tell me the details there, but I think you gained a lot of fans that night as well. Just um, that's not easy. There's risk involved in that. That thing could have gotten infected, and all kinds of things. But you came out and gutted
Yeah.
it out, and I think that earns a lot of respect from folks. Tell me what happened there and how that was.
So, long story short, Daytona, first qualifying session, I went down the whoops and I cracked it. Right. So I babied it. It stung, right? When it would pull, it would sting because the bones, obviously, they're still together, but they would like do this, right? And you feel that. And then going into Alabama, and, Deegs and I had a little run in, and it's racing, right? And I felt it fully snap at that point. And I was like, oh, okay, this is obviously I was babying it, but now it's really gone. So flew to California. Um, Dr. Greenbaum did my surgery on a Tuesday morning. Yeah, Tuesday morning. And then an hour after I got out of surgery, I woke up from anesthesia, drove straight to Dr. Navarro's office, and he was like, "We need to get you going. If you really want to try to stay in this, because I was third in points or something at that time." He's like, "If you really want to do this, it's gonna hurt." I was like, "All right." So yeah, hour after surgery in Navarro's office, doing push-ups, moving my arm up and down. Uh, Obviously, I was still under anesthesia in a way, so I was just like loopy, and I'm just like
Yeah.
trying to comprehend what Navarro was saying, and I was just like, "What?"
Yeah.
But yeah. So I had surgery on a Tuesday, PT Tuesday evening, Wednesday, Thursday. Flew into Indy Friday night, and Saturday I was like, I'm gonna do free practice and see how it feels. And I did the first lap, and I looked at Dakota, gave him a thumbs up, and then I got fifth that night.
Did it hurt bad during the race, or was it?
It would hurt so I remember specifically in Indy there was a Supercross triple, 90-degree right, and then there's an on, off, and then a single into a turn, and going on hurt
Yeah, the pole
because
had to
I was having
lift.
to pull the bike both times. That was the worst part. That, and I got lucky. I got lucky because Indy's whoops weren't really whoops. They turned into jumpers,
Mhm.
and I know if I would have to skim, that was going to hurt. But
Yeah.
jumping was a little bit easier on the bodies. But I was, yeah, after that night, I took some Tylenol, and I was like, I'm resting for 2 weeks. Because fortunately, we went into a 2 week break after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So timing was incredible, but I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make this clear, Greenbaum never cleared me to ride. Navarro was like, is this something you want to do? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I can't really tell you no, but if you're going to do it, you need to start moving your body now.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Because before, like, the inflammation and the swelling and all that, like, settles, he's got to keep moving. So,
Yeah.
um,
And Greenbaum, that's the guy Mitch uses for a lot of his guys, right? I think he's in Vegas
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Great doctor.
yeah. Highly recommend.
Um, yeah. Um, so you were going to ride the 450 in the playoffs? Is that the plan?
I am. I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your goal? I mean, top 20. What's the goal there? Or just make the mains? What are you thinking?
Make the mains and then just do work.
Got it.
I
Yeah,
got I
that's
got
good.
no expectation. I mean, there's good guys in there. Yeah, I know I can ride outdoors. That's for sure, but Supercross is a completely different principle, and then when you add the two together, that
Yeah,
we're gonna have our strengths, we're gonna have our weaknesses, but I just know if I ride like myself and just focus on being consistent,
yeah.
I would honestly, I'd like a 10 to 12. I'd
Okay.
like that.
I think
Yep.
you're capable, dude. What do you think of the hybrid tracks? I mean, I'm from the stands. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I guess it's fun to watch, but as a rider, I would hate trying to find a setup.
Uh, it's annoying. It's
Yeah,
annoying. I'll tell you that. Um, it's great when you have it set up for Supercross and you're hitting the rhythms and you're like, "Ooh, this feels great." But then when you go to the outdoor section, that part sucks.
it's a problem. Yeah.
It feels like you're on a 2x4 the entire time, and it is that's where our pump sets in. So you need to
I'm
try to
sure.
find a setting that is soft enough for outdoors, but still has to hold up for soupy, and that's not easy to make.
No, that's tough. Well, we'll be watching, dude. We're gonna get a little sideways now, get to know you a little bit. I'm gonna throw some weird questions at you, and
All
I'm
right.
gonna start with the fact that you're from Delaware. Is that correct?
Yeah.
You're the only person outside of Joe Biden that I've ever heard of being from Delaware. I don't know
Oh,
anybody from
I
there.
don't ever want to be put in the same sentence as that.
I'm just saying you're the only two guys I've ever heard of being from Delaware. Tell me
Yeah.
something about Delaware. Like, well, I
All
sometimes I
right.
don't believe it's actually a state in the country here.
Yeah. So Delaware is, I believe, the second smallest state. I
Rhode
think,
Island, Smalls.
yeah, Rhode Island is number one. Delaware, it takes two hours to go from north to south, and depending on where you are in Delaware, it takes like 45 minutes to go from east to west. Um, we are the first state. There is no sales tax. Um, Honestly, it's pretty cool. So our vanity tags for your vehicle, you can get them in black and white, so it makes a vehicle look really good.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, Delaware really doesn't. It's really nothing crazy. It's
Those are good facts. I learned some things about Delaware today.
yeah.
Tell me what you do for fun. No racing, no training. You're not on a, you're not doing anything for
Oh, I'm
work.
gonna sound like every other typical moto guy. Um, Honestly, I do play golf. I'm not great, but I do enjoy it. Uh, I shot a 93, which was my personal best,
Damn,
uh,
that's pretty
th-
good.
3 days ago. So I was very pleased with that. I do like
That's not a par
to,
three, right?
huh?
Is that a par three executive course? Or is this an actual?
Listen. You did ask. Don't go into details. All right.
Hey, I've never
uh,
shot under 100 legitimately, so you're doing pretty
yeah.
dang good.
Uh,
What
let's
else?
see.
Anything else?
I do have an e-bike, so I do like the mountain bike. Obviously, it's cheating in a way, but it's a great way to recover. I love to go out to dinner, um, with my fiance, and just honestly do stuff with our dog that we have. Uh, I do really enjoy building vintage bikes
Hmm.
and just two strokes in general.
You have one
Yeah,
right now?
yeah.
What do you have?
Uh, I have a 1976 CR250 Elsinore that I restored with my buddy Norm Francis from California. I have a 1970, I think it's a 72 uh YZ. It's not YZ 125, but forget the correct, you know,
Yeah,
name for it. But it came with like the headlight back then and
yeah, I
the
know what you're
tail.
talking about.
Yeah, it's
T. It's
considered the first motorbike
yeah.
that Yamaha came out with. I have one of them that Norm built me and surprised me with Gary Chaplin for my third overall in the championship last year, which was really cool.
Well, that's awesome.
Um, I have a 2001 CR 500 with original 30 hours. Uh, 2005 CR 125, a I have a 92, pretty much original Z50, and then I have a '01 PW 80, a and then both my YZ 125 and YZ 250 are both 22s that I built. So
Damn, you really do have a collection.
I got a little
Is
collection
that
going.
old one? Is it a DT 125? I think that's what they call them, right?
I th- you might be correct on that. Yeah.
I'm not sure. We have a vintage feature called Warhorse. You should check it out. We showcase
Okay.
some really sweet vintage bikes. But I love that you like that. So what about movies? Movies, TV, music. What do you listen
Dude,
to? What do you like?
movies. I'm terrible at remembering the name of movies and actors. But all time favorites: Happy Gilmore, Elf,
Oh yeah,
and Talladega Nights. Like those type of movies, I'm all
yeah,
about.
my guy.
Just
Yeah,
the
for sure.
just the funny ones. And I reference lines from those movies almost every day. And like Forrest Gump,
Yeah,
like yes, Lieutenant Dan. Like it's just great.
yeah. I don't get
Um,
ice cream without going
ice
ice
cream,
cream,
yeah.
Lieutenant Dan.
Or
Um,
or Bubba and his shrimp.
anytime you're making anything with shrimp, yeah.
Yeah.
What about music? What do you listen to?
Music, I'm a pretty wide variety. I mean, it could be techno to country, hip hop, rap. And when I say rap, I mean like Tupac to Biggie
Good
to
rap.
50. Yeah. Yeah. The stuff nowadays, like there's some good stuff, but not really. Like I'm a big fan of Mac Miller, Juice World, MGK. Like that's who I listen to today.
I
Uh,
just started listening to MGK. I actually like him.
yeah, MGK is very diverse.
Yeah.
He's very open about his story, which is really cool. And his latest album was when he was completely sober because he went into rehab after the whole Megan Fox thing. And yeah, I mean, each album is a different version of MGK, but it's cool that this latest one was him fully sober and really showcases his artwork. But yeah, I mean, I listen to really anything. I don't really care for jazz, right? Uh, but yeah, country, all sorts, right? Old, modern, whatever. But yeah, I'm pretty diverse when it comes to it. But you'll always
Okay.
find
Let me.
you'll find at the club semi at the night shows for Supercross, Katy Perry might be coming on. Just saying.
We get a little roar before the main event.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
All right. No. Hey, no shame. Okay. I got a question. It's a scenario.
Yeah.
End of the season. The whole club crew, team, the whole everyone at the center. Everyone's going out. You're going to go sing karaoke. That means you got Blair with you. He used to be in a band. He's probably going to be super critical. What song do you sing? You're up. Let's go,
Oh,
Cody. What are you singing?
honestly, I'll be that guy. Put on tequila, yo. I only got to remember a few lines. Dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun. And I just go tequila.
That's a safe bet.
No, but
Safe play.
realistically, oh, hold up. I'm hopefully it doesn't put on pause. Does it put you on pause when I do that?
Well, it goes blank, but dig it up.
Oh yeah,
I don't think it pauses it.
all right. I'm gonna dig this up. If I were
We'll,
to sing a
we'll play some
song,
Jeopardy music right here.
yeah. Mm. Oh, spins Mac Miller.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I'd actually like to hear that. Our my partner's coming out to club on Monday
Okay.
after the race this weekend, so I'm gonna have him record you singing that, and we'll post it up.
Yeah. I do not agree to that, but okay.
All right. Another question. Let's say you have a time machine sitting out in the garage right now. You can cruise out there and go anywhere at any time. Where do you go and when?
I would love to go to Unadilla in, I would say, later 70s, early 80s.
Mm.
That is, for some reason, just seeing videos of that stuff, like the hills when they're full grass back in the day, just how gnarly those tracks would get because they didn't really have or really know the knowledge of like maintaining a track back then, like with dozers and all that. Like it was pure natural.
Yeah.
I would love to see like DeCoster
Yeah.
back in his day.
Like an MXGP or a Trans
Yeah,
Am.
yeah, absolutely. And uh I've heard a lot of cool stories of what's that track in California, SoCal?
Saddleback or Carlsbad or
That's
Indian
it.
Bean.
Saddleback and Carlsbad, both of them.
Mm.
I just see photos and videos from all the legends, and I'm just like, I really wish I could have lived during that era. Like
Yeah.
it was, that's when men were
Carlsbad
men.
was wild, dude. You've never seen dirt that hard. I
Yeah,
got to race on it for 4 or 5 years before they closed it down, and
you probably hit the same bump every year.
dude, they'd cover them up and they'd come right back by the
Yeah.
by noon. It was a trip. Okay, last question. Anybody on the planet, alive, dead, doesn't matter. If you could go out and have a beer with somebody, who would it be?
My immediate answer to that is Mac Miller.
You're a Mac Miller fan.
I am. I
I
am.
like it.
Uh, from his early days of his first album, like really when he just got out of high school, even to like his later stuff, like I would just love to ask him all the questions like about the albums, and I mean he's just lyrically unreal.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean he's kind of close to home in a way, like he's from PA, so Pittsburgh is about, I think it's like 6 hours, 7 hours. But yeah, it would have to be Mac.
Okay. Well, you're making me curious about Mac Miller. I'm gonna have to go listen to some more of his stuff.
It's good.
Hey, dude, thanks for taking the time. That's been a half an hour. I don't want to gobble up any more of your evening, but good luck at these final rounds. I'll be cheering for you, rooting for you. It's been a blast watching you take another step forward this year, and
Thank you.
hopefully just keep doing it, man.
Thank
And
you. No,
we'll bump into
I
you
really
somewhere.
do. I really do appreciate the support and that you've been paying attention. It's cool. Nobody really has to do that, but no, I really do appreciate it coming from you. You're a legend in your own way, so um, yeah, I really do appreciate this time, and yeah, hopefully you learned a thing or two about me.
I totally did. I get a kick out of these because I do. I get to know you guys a little better, and
Yeah,
it makes
yeah,
it more fun, even more fun to cheer for you. So good
it's
luck. I
cool.
want to give our sponsors a quick shout out one more time. Rockwell Sunglasses, Toyota Breadlands, Arc Levers, Pro Circuit, Rockform, and the Hilo Concepts. Big thank you to those guys. Thank you to Coty Schock. Kick some ass these last few rounds, buddy. We'll see you in the off season.
I will appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, bud. See ya.
All right, later. See ya.
If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos, comment what you thought, and share it with your friends.